Hello, Matt G for IYT here. Today we're looking at the full license mock examination 2 version 1.6. We've reached question 2, which reads, testing a homemade VFO shows it is stable to about 0.1%. What is the most serious problem you are likely to encounter on air when using it for transmitting on 14.346 MHz upper sideband? Option A, the possibility of transmitting out of band. B, interference to non-amateur stations on immediately adjacent bands. C, harmonics of your transmission in the 21 and 28 MHz amateur bands. Or D, the need for your distant contact to retune his receiver occasionally. So we're given two pieces of critical information here. One is 14.346 MHz, which is a frequency we want to be transmitting on, and two is the drift of this variable frequency oscillator. So it may be 0.1% of this value below, or it may be 0.1% of this value above. Now, because we know that tolerance and we know the frequency we want to transmit on, we can then figure out the upper and lower bands where we end up transmitting. So let's plug some numbers into the calculator. 14.346 minus 14.346 times 0.1% is going to give us a lower bound or a minimum frequency of 14.331. Now 14.331 is below this frequency, is well within the 20 meter band allocation, so that's actually fine. We're not going to be transmitting out of band. Let's try going above 14.346 plus 14.346 times 0.1%. 0.1%. And that gives us 14.360. Now, for the UK amateurs, our allocation, 20 meter allocation, actually ends at 14.350. So, with this VFO, with this tolerance, there is a very real possibility we could end up transmitting out of band. Let's look at some of the other answers though, because some of them do look like they could make sense. So, B, interference to non-amateur stations on immediately adjacent bands. Well, we're only told that the VFO is unstable. Interference to non-amateur stations on immediately adjacent bands might be caused more by things like an overdriven amplification stage. Just having a VFO that's drifting a bit probably isn't going to cause that, so we can scratch that one out. C, harmonics of your transmission in the 21 and 28 MHz amateur bands. Well, it's kind of expected that amateurs are going to generate some harmonics. That's one of the main reasons that the amateur bands are harmonically aligned. However, this answer rather definitely is wrong, because 21 MHz is not a harmonic of 14, so that doesn't make sense. But maybe make a case for 28 as a second harmonic. You're not going to see a ton of output there unless there's something seriously wrong with your transceiver. So we can scrub that answer out as well. And D, the need for your distant contact to retune his receiver occasionally. Well, that might be quite annoying for your distant contact, but as long as you're staying within the amateur band, that's not really much of an issue, so we can also scrub that one out as well. Let's skip down to the answers, see if we've got that one right. Answer 2, we chose A, and we can see that 2 is indeed option A. Thank you very much. I'll catch you for the next one.